How you doing? This is Tariq McGillberry, uh, presenting on my community. Um, First, my community the name of my community is Yaden. It's a small town outside of Philadelphia. As you can see, it borders Philadelphia on the southwest end. It's a part of Delaware County, and that's in Pennsylvania. Um, Demographics here in Yaden is a largely African American population. Uh, there are other nationalities that are a part of Yaden, but the main two groups would be the African American that makes up about, I would say, 90% of the population, and then the next largest group would be the white Caucasian group. Uh, there are about 46% males to 54% females, and the largest group of citizens in the town of Yaden are those aged 45 to 54. Uh, Other demographics show that there's a large population of 18 and over, and 21 and over. Those are probably the other two largest populations in the borough of Yaden. Other demographics shows that the Latino or non-Latino population that's here in Yaden, major institutions of Yaden is, of course, the firehouse, which provides the firefighters and stuff. We have a hospital that services the needs of all the residents of Yaden, and our borough hall, which houses the council, the police station, and the fire department. Another major institution in the community is the Yaden Library. Many events go on at the Yaden Library, and it's a big part of the community. A lot of the community leaders are instrumental in doing things with the library. There's actually 10. The school district makes up of 10 schools from this neighborhood and our neighboring neighborhoods. In Yaden, there's two elementary schools and a junior high. There's a junior high in one of the other neighboring in the other neighboring boroughs named Darby, and then there's another high school in another borough named Lansdale. Um, our school district is called the William Penn School District, and in Delaware County, it's ranked pretty much the lowest in the county. It's definitely the lowest in funding. Right now, the William Penn School District has filed a lawsuit against the state of Pennsylvania for more funding. That's still pending, but our school systems are just like the community, majority African American. It's 98% African American, which means the other 2% is made up of various different nationalities, not just one. Um, the theory is that because it's a very minority based community, that they tend to give less funds to those communities as far as schools and other programming, but I guess that's what the lawsuit is for. The religious communities in Yaten are comprised of many different Christian groups. You have Catholics, you got Presbyterians, you got Baptists and Methodists. It's a small town, so there's not too many churches, but you can go to a number of different Catholic, or not Catholic, Christian um, churches. And even our mayor is a pastor at a local church here in the town. This is the commercial district. It's I guess a couple blocks long. It has a lot of family owned businesses. It's a lot of mom and pop shops. Uh, there's not too many big corporate uh, in too many big corporate companies, so most of the residents in Philadelphia for employment have to go outside of Yale. They either have to go into the city, which is right over the border, or they have to go further into Delaware County, mainly in the neighborhoods like Springfield or Media, stuff like that, where there are bigger commercial districts. Whether you want a retail job or a restaurant like waitress or something like that, you're probably going to have to go into another neighborhood because they're mainly family owned and operated, and they're mainly um, mom and pop shops. So it's not like that you can really get into their business without them like considering you family. Major events here in Yaten, William T. Kerr was the founder of Flag Day, and I know they celebrate Flag Day from here to California, but it was founded here in the town of Yaten. And every year they do a parade. In recent years, last I guess 3 or 4 years, I guess 9 years, they've been having a car show, and it's been getting bigger and bigger. But yeah, another type of event that has been held in Yaten over the last couple of years is the Appreciation Day. That, from what I heard, was a big success this year. And there was a Yaten community barbecue where people came out and they showed their support for the community. In Yaten, there's a lot of tight knit families who support each other and try to give back to the community. It's a very it's a middle class community. Uh, there is high taxes and it's middle class. Like, people make, I guess, middle class money, but they're still basically working paycheck to paycheck. Um, it looks nice. It looks pretty, but with all the respectable citizens in Yaten, there's still a crime element. There's still uh, a lot of things going on in the town of Yaten that are suspect to criminal activity. Here you see the chart that shows what is it? The crime based on population. So like it's a comparison between Yaten's population and the nation's population. Uh, like yeah. So the first one on the left is murders per thousand population, 100,000 population, and rapes per 100,000 population. And Yaten is in the purple, and the U.S. average is in the green. And as far as murders, what it's saying is per citizen, like in comparison to like the size of Yemen and the size of the country, in comparison, like our numbers in the last at least 3 years have been way above the national average for when you're comparing size. Um, the same thing with robberies, same thing with assaults and rapes. This graph shows like the crime breakdown in percentages, the highest being theft and like the lowest being murder. But you know, that's just how it is. Now these are links to stories and videos that like illustrate some of the things that have been going on as far as crime in the town. Um, but it is when it comes to is Yaten a good community, it has its good sides and it has its bad sides. As far as safety, I think it can be a good um, safe community if you're I don't think anybody's gonna harm you on a day to day. Every once in a while, there are some activities that are like considered heinous, I guess. Um, Goods and services. I think we're in a good area where we're close enough to the city and we can go out and deeper into the county or into the suburbs. So we're right there. We also Delaware County also borders Delaware State, so we can go to Delaware for resources. As far as relationships, in this community, I feel like there's a lot of people who are close, but then there are a lot of like fractions that like you have the older adults who are considered respectable. You have the younger kids who want to run the streets. You have uh, politicians of the same party fighting against each other and infighting. So it's a lot as far as the relationships are built. But I think a lot of neighbors do tend to help each other and want to be there for each other through different things. Um, Opportunities, there's pretty much a lot of opportunities in the city. I think people think there's probably more opportunities out in the suburb, but I think that there's a lot of opportunities in the city for individuals in Yaden. You can go out further in the burb as far as in the town of Yaden. Like I'm saying, it's basically pretty much family owned and operated as far as the commercial businesses. But do I think it's a good community? I would say it has its ups and its downs. I can't say that it's a great community because I know a lot of the downsides of the community, but that's from my perspective. Another person from this community probably would speak very highly of this community. And then you would speak to somebody else and they would say that they know a lot of bad things that go on here. So it's it's like I said, it is what it is. But thank you.